Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Um, Looks like people are joining us from everywhere. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Growth Mindset show. Welcome. Naveen is there. Nancy is there. I see Sai, Munish, Bhaskar, Mega, Atul. Welcome to the show, guys. If uh, if you are joining us first time, welcome to the Growth Mindset show. This is a show we do every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And we talk about growth mindset, we talk about success, we talk about career, jobs, community, anything in general. If you are joining us again, back, you're coming back, welcome back to the show. I see a lot of familiar names. Welcome, good morning, good evening, Ashish, Jitendra, Atul. Looks like a lot of guys joining us from India. Our MVPs are joining us as well. um, so I'm here, my name is Mahesh Chand. I'm here in Philadelphia, a little outside, for a couple of hours from New York City in USA. Um, and today we are going to talk about on a topic. It's a different topic, focus on social media and impact on our lives. Not only just um, not only just work, but also physical, mental health, and everything around that. But before that, I'm not sure if some of you are familiar or not. Everybody, all of us are going through this pandemic. COVID-19 is, it's still, we have 7+ million cases, and, close to a million people have died already. It's growing. And today, this morning, we got a news that President Trump here in the US also, and his family, at least his wife, First Lady, has tested positive for coronavirus. So everybody who's out there, uh, just be safe, be careful, and if you have to go out, social distance, wear a mask, and hopefully, we'll have vaccine soon. Who knows? But let's hope. So let's get back to the show. Let's talk about the show a little bit. Why we are here? We do this growth mindset show, keep people busy, keep people exciting, keep people motivated. And this show is free flowing. Any questions you have, chime in, post your questions, share on social media, share on your account. If you attended this show in the past and you have learned anything from the show, has it helped you anyway, or anything you learned from it, please share here in the comments, so at least we know that it's helping some things, it's helping some people, it's helping some way, somehow. um, if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop in the comments as well. So before I start the whole social media topic, we also want to give away some prizes to keep things exciting, everybody motivated, engaged. We are giving away $50 gift certificate. We also give away some C Sharp corner goodies. uh, and the giveaway is based on, we ask some questions. I will ask some questions maybe from the past, so uh, from around the community or anything else, and then people who answer the questions usually win. So anybody who has won in the past, congratulations. So you guys must be wondering, let's get the hell, let's start this damn show. Let's do that. Simon is laughing. Simon, you want to share your lights today? Looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
All right, look at the guys. You like Simon's lights? They are pretty cool. I'm
yeah.
just, I need to get new lights.
So, oh my
Uh,
goodness. I think we should go ahead and get started with the show, right?
all right, we'll talk about lights a little later. Let's talk about the show.
Yeah.
So
I'm,
today we are going to focus on social media, and we know that most of us are on social media. Almost everybody is on social media. We are on social media every day, and during pandemic, we are actually consuming social media more and more. It's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and whatever else you are. You know how social media is impacting our lives, and how does it impact of social media is related to our career, jobs, and how it comes under this whole growth mindset philosophy which we are talking about here. If you are joining at first time, in my previous show I covered that we have three types of growth mindset. We have three types of mindset: growth mindset, we have fixed mindset, and we have purpose mindset. In fixed mindset, most people think that I have limited capabilities, all I can do is this much, that's all I can do. In growth mindset, people are always trying new things, they're learning new things, and they are saying, you know what, I just don't know that, but I'm going to learn new things, I can do this, I can do. So they believe more in themselves, and they that's what growth mindset is. And then there's a purpose mindset. And if you are joining us first time, go back, you can go back and watch watch this my first or second show. This is all details on what growth mindset is, what's its purpose, and how you can even build a growth mindset. Good evening again, good morning, good afternoon for who is joining us here in the show. All right, so let's get started. Today's our focus is social media. And the way this show is, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you some stuff to think about. And then you think how and why and who, all those things, you ask yourself a question. And then chime in. Then you can join here in the contribute, in the comments, post your comments, and we'll talk about that. So when we think of social media, right? So Facebook is Facebook is probably the most popular out there. Facebook is the most popular. Instagram, Snapchat are, and then there's a LinkedIn, and there's a Twitter, and a bunch of others. Do you ever think that how these Facebook, including Facebook, all these social media companies make money, and why are they even there? Like why they exist? Obviously, you have heard the history that Facebook started because Mark Zuckerberg started a website in the college days so he can share pictures of these girls, and they can post, comment, and like and dislike, and so on and so forth. But do you even ever sit down and think that why is the social media exist, and why am I on social media? Why are you on social media? Let me ask you this. What's that you have to be on social media? Why are you on Facebook? Are you there to make friends? Are you there to talk to your current friends? Are you there to post pictures from what you do day by day? What is, or this is all the above, right? It can be all of the above, right? Are you bored? So you need to ask, like, if you ask me, if you want to build a growth and purpose mindset, everything start with why. So anything you do, you have to ask, why are you doing that? If you want to, grow, if you want to be successful, you have to ask yourself, like, why? If you're doing something, start with why. So when you are on social media, why are you on social media? And I'll give you some hints. Most people are on social media because they are often bored, right? They are bored. That's how you start with, like, social media. Oh, I'm bored, let me start on social media. Then you see your friends are there posting something from their work, their fun thing, they're eating, they're traveling, you post all that. Okay, welcome to the show, guys. Looks like new guys are joining. Welcome to the Growth Mindset Show. My name is Mahesh Chand. uh, we are talking about today social media impact on our lives, and I'm going to drill down more into details how social media is impacting our life, not just physically but also mentally, and how it's changing the way we behave, how it's changing the way we do anything. So yeah, most of people are on social media because their friends are there, they have families there, they want to get update what's going on. And then some people are there because they're bored, right? They're bored because they don't know what else to do, right? And then you start looking at social media, look at this thing, fun thing, my friend is doing this, oh this, and so on and so forth. But before that, let me ask you another question. How do these social media companies, how do they make money? They make money by selling ads. That's how they make money. Number one, by selling ads. Number two, by selling data in the sense, what people are doing on social media, what they are looking at, what they are checking, what they're clicking, what their behavior is. And I'll give you some ideas to think about it. When you go home, right? The purpose of this show is really don't just listen, right? The If you're just listening and going home and it's not impacting, then you're just wasting time here. And one of the first philosophy of being successful is that don't do anything that you think that you're wasting your time. Time is the most important part, of any successful people, how they manage time. So you need to go back that, okay, I'm watching the show. How this show has impacted me? Has it any help in any way? So you need to ask that question, right? So let's go back to Facebook. I'll just look at the last annual revenue, right? In the last year, Facebook made $75 billion. Okay, 75 billion. And average 1.7 billion people are active on Facebook every day. There are 1.7 billion people are active on Facebook. And from those 1.7 billion, let's just make it simple, right? Let's just make it simple. Let's say 2 billion people use Facebook. And from that, in a year, let's just say Facebook makes $70 billion. So they are making $35 from each person who are active on Facebook. That's what they are. That's why they are. That's why social media platforms are. They are business. They are business to make money. And they are making money from people who are using it. So let me rephrase my question. Number one, why are you on social media? Number two, what are these social media selling? What is their product? When you think of money, companies have to sell, they have to sell something, right? So what is Facebook or these social media companies are selling? They don't have a product, right? They don't have a product where people buy. They sell advertising, but who are they selling? Who's the product? Any hints? Any guesses? Simon, any guesses?
Well, I believe they might be selling us, right? That they're selling
Yes,
our time.
the answer is right. So not only that, so what Facebook and these social media are selling, that we are the product. You are the product. Users are the product. Okay. So if you spend, let's just say you spend 1 hour a day minimum. People spend a lot more hours. Yeah, like in the US, people spend average 4 hours on social media. Okay. Let's say you spend 1 hour a day minimum. Every day you spend 1 hour on social media. They are selling that time, and they're making, say, $35 from each person. They're making more, but I'm just throwing some numbers out there. Let's just say they make $50 from one person. So you're spending 1 hour a day. That is 365 hours in a year, and
Oh
they
my
are making
goodness.
$35 or $50 from that.
I just
So you
calculated it.
are you are literally giving away your time, that much time, minimum 365 hours in a year, or maximum it could be 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
So they can make 30 or 40 or $50 from you. Now
And that,
I'm not talking about the people who are using social media for businesses. I'm not talking about the people who are using social media for selling their own products, have their own shop. That's different, right? That's a business. If you're using social media for that purpose, that's great. That's amazing. That's what you should be doing, because it's now helping you growth, right? Your some kind of growth. It could be financial growth. It could be your physical growth. It could be your personal growth. It could be your mental growth. If somehow, some way you are getting better, let's say you are on Facebook and you are watching this video, or this person you are following who does a lot of exercise, gives you tips and all that, and you are following that, then guess what? Then you are benefiting from it. And that's a good thing. That's how you should be using social media, right?
yeah.
That's how you should be doing it. If you have a business, if you're selling, say, your product, your t-shirt on social media, you created a shop there and it's buying, people are buying, that's perfect use of social media. But if you are just there and you don't know why you're there, because you are bored in your life and you're spending so much many hours every day, and then if you calculate this numbers of hours, right? So I have some numbers here, right? So in US, between 16 to 24 years, they're young guys, they're teenagers. They spend 4 hours on their social media. So 4 hours in a day. And I bet most of us that do that. So if we have a day, 4 hours, which is a big chunk of our day, we spend on social media, and we don't even know are we getting any benefit from it, which I will talk in a minute. So on average in the US, a person average age is 78 years. Let's just call it 80 years average. And we spend 4 hours a day on social media. We are spending 13 years on social media. So you have spent a big chunk of your life just on social media. That's 13 years. Let's even take it worst case, 10 years. It's a lot of time. That means you really, if you're spending this much time on a social media, you need to figure it out that how to best utilize that time. What are you getting out of that? And it doesn't have to be, you doesn't have to start selling millions of dollars in a day. You need to figure out maybe, smaller things at a time. Like while you are on social media, while you are going through your friends' posts, your friends' feeds, and see what they're posting, is there anything also you're learning there? You need to ask that question. And I don't know, because everybody's different. Are you just going through bunch of pictures and enjoying it? Is that a part of your entertainment? And we are going to talk more on that as well in this show. So guys, let those questions coming. Why you are using social media? Do you learn anything there? Are you being productive there? Do you use for business purposes, or you just use for fun? And there's nothing wrong with the fun, which I will discuss more about as well. Fun is great, but let's think about how it's going to impact you in long term, how it's going to impact our physically and mentally, how it's leading to different problems in life, social life. Do you also think that social media is really social? All those questions we're going to discuss today. So let your feedback keep coming, let these questions coming. So we just talk about how much time people spend on social media. Okay, we talked about how in lifetime, if I'm spending 2 to 4 hours a day, how it becomes slowly adds up, right? Imagine if you're learning something. Imagine if you're learning something every day, 1 hour learning, 2 hour learning every day. That adds so much to your life. And you not only, become successful, but you can learn pretty much anything in that much time. Literally, you can have two master's degrees over so many 20, 30 years if you spend 1 hour a day on learning. So that's how you have to think. That's how, if you want to become successful, you have to think that where are you spending your time? Where are you spending your brain? Because when you're spending time also means your body is also working there, right? If I'm looking at the post on social media, I'm not only spending my time, but my body, my brain, my energy, everything being spent there. So you need to think about that. It's a 10:20. Welcome to the show. If you guys just joining the show, welcome to the Growth Mindset Show. Here we talk about growth mindset. We talk about success, jobs, career. If you have any questions about those, let those questions coming in second half of the show. Second half of the show, we take those questions. So there are social media is not all bad, right? Social medias can be good also. Like on Twitter, what I do is I follow I follow people, channels, the companies, the accounts. They have information, they have news. So when I wake up or when I have time, I go through my feed. And today morning I woke up around 6 7 a.m. I saw that about COVID and how US President Trump has COVID. So I go through, I watch my news. So you have to figure it out, right? What you do, and watch it closely, and how it's adding to your success, your productivity, or getting better at what you do. So now let's talk about social media and impact, right? Social media and impact. How does it affect our body and mind? And there's a lot of research out there. I don't need to explain you and detail it out, but this definitely there's proofs out there that social media and its reward system, which is pretty much likes, affects same way our brains affect same way the way you would be affected by a drug or by gambling or by other addictive behaviors. Let's just call that. Means if you give me more, I want more. You are never satisfied. You're never happy. So, and funny thing here is, let me, these days, like, and you can relate to yourself as well. I'm going to take some examples. Okay, I'm going to take examples. These days we are at dinner table, or let's say we go to a restaurant to eat this, what we are going to, I'm talking about pre-COVID. Obviously some people are not going to restaurant right now, but you go to this nice restaurant, it's a fancy, you pay a lot of money there to just go eat and enjoy food. You go with your friends, you go with your family, whoever you go with, you go there to enjoy food. But what I see is most cases, rather than going there, looking the food, enjoying the food, people are more interested in taking pictures and putting on their social media while they're eating the food. So ask yourself, why am I doing that? What is the purpose here? What is the goal here that I went to the restaurant to enjoy food rather than 100% fully enjoying the food? My focus is more on to taking the picture and posting that on social media. What's the purpose in that? How are you enjoying that food? What are you trying to say here? Like, you're trying to tell everybody in your friends network, look how great food I'm eating, while you are not really eating and enjoying the food, because you are enjoying, your focus is more on taking the picture and putting on social media. Let's take another example. We can take so many examples. Let's say people go on a vacation. You go on vacation to enjoy, right? You go to beach, you go wherever you go on vacation, your goal is to enjoy. Some people take pictures so they can keep in memory. Let's just keep in memory for future, so you can go and see. That's great, awesome. But there more people are now, they spend more time on taking pictures and posting on social media than really enjoying the vacation. When they come back from vacation, they don't even feel like they enjoy, because they were working so hard to post that on for social media. So what's the purpose? What's the goal? You have to always go look for the purpose. Like, what is my purpose of doing all these things? And then we sit around on our phone waiting, like, oh, did anybody, let me scroll. Like, people don't have 1 second wait, because every second your app is going to refresh and give you notification anyway, but we still focus on scrolling down. See, oh, maybe the notification is a little bit slow, maybe you got stuck in traffic, let me call it, come run to me. So point here is that rather than we are enjoying the real things, and we are more focused on telling people that, oh, we are enjoying the things, doesn't matter, it's a food, is it travel, is it, even these days I see that people post on social media that, oh, look, I'm learning new programming. Well, learn, then why are you posting? That means, why are you focusing on telling everybody? Who cares? Yeah, that's another point. Who cares? Like, sure, if I have a family, friends, my family on social media, and I post something about, say, family function, birthday parties or anything, like, that's great. People, your friends will know what you're doing. That's awesome. That's good. But I'm okay. I'm reading a book. I start reading a book. I start learning new programming. Why you have to announce the world, which nobody listens, nobody really cares? Maybe, sure, maybe out of 1,000 people in your network, maybe two will care. They probably already know anyway, because they are the closest friend, because those are the people who care what you do and what you don't do. Rest, nobody cares. You ask yourself, how many times really people are posting these things and liking and saying things? How many things you really care, unless things are interested to you? So that's the point here, is that what are you getting out of this social media? Are you getting better in your physically, mentally, financially, professionally, personally? Ask all those questions. And until you ask those questions, it'll be hard for you to even figure out. You just keep doing the same thing again and again. Now, welcome to the show, guys. Yeah, welcome Aman, Chaman, Manush, Suma, Mansi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's a growth mindset show. Looks like we have some new audience here. Today we are talking about social media and impact on our personal and professional and mental health and life. We covered, several topics, and then I think in a minute or so we are going to take a 1 minute break, and then we are going to ask a question. I think Simon is going to ask a question, and then maybe we'll ask two more questions after that. In the end of the show, we are going to announce the winner. So welcome to the show. We're talking about social media. We covered some things like why are you on social media, what's the purpose, why you do what you do, and how you should think about, go back and how much time you're spending on social media, and how is it affecting you in any way. Is it getting you better? Um, are you making any connections, network professional connections that will help you in your growth, any kind of growth, your physical growth, mental growth, personal growth, professional growth, career wise, whatever, as long as it's helping you in different ways. Another thing, one more thing before we take the break, is that social media, think about how much it's real. And we will cover this rest of the, after the break we'll cover this. But before I go, take this break, I want you to think about that. What you post on social media, ask yourself, what is you posting? Is that real, or is it just you trying to make things up? You're trying to show people like, oh, look how cool I am. Oh, look how great my life is going. Oh, look, and then we'll talk this more later. And we'll take some questions after that. So Simon, hit the break. Welcome back to the Growth Mindset Show. Um, if you are just joining us, welcome to the show. If you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you got a chance to think about some things I talked about in the show. Um, and then Simon, you can just jump in whenever you have time to ask your question. But let's take some questions before I go back to my last point here on the social media. And then I'm going to give you actually 10 tips. So I have these 10 tips I'm going to give you how you should take advantage of social media and how can you really, get benefit from it. These are my personal tips. Some will work for you, some may not work for you, but at least I'll give those tips. Um, So let's talk. Akshay has a question that social media helps me stay updated with the latest technology and content. I have forward Microsoft Pages, C Sharp Corner. Um, I just used to. So that's a great way to use social media, right? The best way to use social media is think about what you want to learn, what you are interested in, follow those pages, follow those people, and then you can stay up to date. Yes, I 100% agree. That's definitely a great way to use social media. Chaman asked a question: Can how can I use growth mindset in this pandemic to keep myself positive, motivated, and focused on my goals? So that's a great question, Chaman. This is a hard for everybody because we cannot go outside, we cannot meet people, we cannot do certain things, so we are stuck at home. What is the best way to stay motivated, right? So I think in our previous show we just talked about this topic in the full show. Certain things you can do is definitely you know um, talk to some people who are like-minded, who are motivated, who can help you. Definitely do that. If you cannot do in person, obviously try to do in video, right? um, and if you are at home and you need to figure out do different things, it could be like games, it could be like real games, not the video games where you have to play with somebody else, right? You can also watch some online things. There's a lot of people are learning during pandemic. They feel like they found a little extra time, so they start learning certain things. Like some people are learning yoga, some people are learning some. They can help you physically because staying physical fit is also very important during this pandemic. So you can learn new things, right? You can always sit and learn these technical things. That's great, but you also have to make sure you do physical things and make that as routine. But again, figure out what your interests are and then you just start learning that and doing things. um, Talk to the right positive minded people. That's very important. Let's take a couple of more questions. Jitendra asked question: how to get benefit from social media platforms if you are a blogger or a speaker? Uh, well, that's a lot of bloggers and speakers. That's what they do. They take advantage of social media. This is more about how to grow your social media platform, and growing is itself is a it's a big topic. Best thing you can do to grow your followers is that um, you put a content out there which people like. You become friend with other people who are similar mind and helps you promote them, they promote you, because that's another way to grow. Because let's say you have 1,000 followers, and then you have these friends who have 1,000 followers, 5 friends. You talk to them, and if they are doing similar thing, you offer them first. So best thing is, first thing, if you want help from somebody, you don't ask this. See, a lot of people, what they do, if they need help, they ask first thing, like, oh, can you help me with that? But right way to catch somebody is, take it seriously, or maybe work with somebody. You ask them, hey, is there any way I can help you? And by the way, when if you can, you don't mind, can you also help me, please? So this is how you have to think and ask. So best way is, if you're writing on topic, you're speaking, you work with other people, right? And here I'll add one more thing to this mix, right? There is two kind of people, okay, in this world. One, there are people, they believe in, they want to be the king. And other people is that they just want to be big and successful. So you have to ask, both is really hard to become king. People who want to be the king, they are the one like, no, I'm going to do my way, this is the only way, this is, I don't share anything. They are very close minded. They just believe that they are the king, they deserve this, and they should be building everything their own, which is nothing wrong with that. But that's, I'm just saying, one way. Other way is that they don't care about uh there's less ego. They don't care who's doing what, but their focus is to grow, right, to successful. So if your goal is to you know promote your blogs, your speaking to more and more people, then you work with other people and you offer them help. So first you promote them, then ask for promotion. Chances are they'll help you. That's how things work. um, all right, so let's get another question from Rohit. Is that how to get to know when is social media hampering my growth, right? Okay, so that's very easy. You need to Look at how much time you are spending on social media. Okay, you spending, say, 4 hours a day. What are you getting out of that 4 hours? Is that, are you being productive? As your goal is to learn something, get a better job, or let's say make more money, start your own business. Is that helping you in any way? And if it's not helping you, it's definitely hampering you down. That's number one. And then other important topic I want to talk about before, let's take some more questions, but I'm going to add this to more, is that how social media can impact your mental and physical growth. Let's take any more questions. um, Looks like there's a lot of questions coming up. That's great, guys. Let these questions coming, keep coming, these questions. uh, what future social media marketing trends are on the horizon? Well, I'm not really a marketing guy. I don't know much about marketing, so that I won't be the right guy for this. What I see, though, from working with the startups, working with different agencies, working with a lot of different companies, is one thing I see that is really uh, a proof of success, is that influence marketing, influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is something that's growing, and it will continue to grow. Means, rather than you promote something yourself, you ask other influencer to promote your stuff. Because if there is an influencer, and that influencer has, say, 100,000 followers, that means people believe in that person. So rather than you go and you promote your product, because you obviously you gonna be biased, yeah, and there's less people are going to believe on that. So it's better to basically ask these influencers to go promote. That's something I feel like is it works. It works. We have seen in some startups in real life that works. uh, Social media is very hard to, you have to really analyze, you have to look at the analytics, you have to look at the reports, you have to look at the numbers and figure out what works. And again, I'm not the marketing guy, so it'll be hard for me to answer those questions. All right, so we have a question answered. I think you guys can answer here. Um, and that's let's take one more question here from Shelly. How to get benefit from social media platform to create a team who people want to create something, creative products and development, and will work together, achieve and create something new. So looks like you're trying to build a team. um, Again, I think you have to talk to people, you have to post on social media. There's different groups out there, you can post, join groups. And I've seen groups on, say, startups, groups on some funding groups. I know that, where people go and post questions, and sometimes I see where one founder is posting this, hey, I'm looking for two more co-founders, and they find there. So you have to kind of look for your goal, and then meet people. The only challenge is that when you meet people, somebody on social media, you just don't know them, so you have to make sure you know them. And it's better to know somebody, to find somebody who you can trust. I see there's a lot of open source project start on GitHub and other places, where one person start the open source project and other people joins in and they work collaboratively on the same project. So that's another way to do it. So depends on your interest, you have to find the right group of people. All right, so before we take more questions, we're going to take some more questions in the end of the show. But let's continue with our this social media growth mindset focus. I have one more point to make, and then I have these 10 tips, these simple 10 tips that can help you improve your social media experience, and probably will make you more productive. So when we post something on social media, in most cases you will see that everybody is happy on social media, everybody is successful on social media, and everybody looks like is having fun. But in real life, that's not true. Okay, because if you ask yourself, what do you post on social media and why you post that? So most cases we post on social media something cool, something awesome going on in our life, or we want, even it's not going, we want to show people how great things are going in our life, right? Do you ever post bad things on social media, like how crappy your room looks today? Do you ever post that? Uh, you know, uh, like today's, I didn't clean, but you will always post something like, oh look how new gadget speakers I bought. Look how cool my new computer is. Look, so you do. Look how great food I'm eating. So what does that mean in real life, right? So social media is creating this image of world where things are not real, right? And when things are not real, people are getting wrong ideas. So if you are a friend on your social media and everybody's posting these great things happening in their lives, and they're so successful and they're so happy, and on the other, you start feeling like, you know what, I'm the only one who's not happy here. And what that does in your affect your mind and brain, and then it basically, there is a research done that it may lead into self-low esteem. Social media could lead into self-low esteem. It could also lead into some unhappiness in life, and there's few cases where it can also lead to depression. And the reason is simple, because you are comparing yourself with others who are posting everything on social media, where you see everybody's happy and successful, but you're not. But in reality, everybody goes through that, and nobody's posting the reality, right? So if you post something on social media, always think that, why are you posting that? Is that real thing I'm posting really? Like, or I'm just making things up? I see people, they will post, give you an example, right? I have a friend, he's just traveling somewhere. He went to this, place where there was a car tour, and he saw this awesome car. He took a picture with the car, in front of the car, standing next to the car. Out of sudden, all of his friends start asking question, hey, did you buy this new car? And then now some people are wondering like, damn, how did he buy this car? It's so costly. So point I'm making is that just because somebody posts something on social media doesn't mean it's real. It may be real, but it shouldn't affect you in the wrong way either way. So you need to keep that in mind, because everybody looks so happy and successful on social media. It doesn't mean it's there. They're all going through same problems and same concerns and same issues that we all are going through. You are going through, I'm going through. So let that does not affect you. So you always keep that in mind. So Simon, we have any answer winner questions? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, if I think it's pretty people are really active on the chat. I mean, especially on YouTube. And the very first question that we did ask about who was the guest on the episode 3 of the Good Mindset show, and looks like we have many answers over there. And we have Aman, Rohit, Bhaskar, Chaman, Sai, Naveen, Anurag. You all have answered the correct answer, and that is Ashish Thar, right? And I think the first person who answered was Aman. So, Aman, you go ahead and get the $50 Amazon gift card. So, just contact me on Twitter, that is at Code with Simon, or just ping at C Sharp Corner, and we will give you your Amazon $50 gift card. But there's a lot more. It's not just that we only have Amazon gift card. We have some amazing C Sharp Corner goodies too. And the question to the way you can win is like, you need to tell that now we know that the answer was Ashish Dar, but in the previous show he did mention about a book where he said that you can go ahead and get more done in less time, and the name of the book was really interesting, giving a hint that Mahesh sir is a vegetarian. Right, so you need to tell.
I do not need that.
Yeah, he doesn't eat that. You need to tell what that book name was actually. The hint is it's something related to non-veg or veg.
And what's the next prize for that?
We're gonna give a C Sharp Corner swag, that is a T-shirt and some stickers. So whoever answers this is gonna win a C Sharp Corner T-shirt and some stickers.
All right, guys, go find that book name.
Yeah.
All right, back to the show, right? Let's talk
Yep.
about the, so we're going to continue the show. Now I'm going to share my 10 tips. 10 tips how to utilize best way utilize your social media, and hopefully that's going to help some people. I'm not sure it's going to help everybody, but it should. And a lot of this is I read, I did research, and some I follow myself. So first thing you can do is, obviously we all sleep with our phones. We wake up with the phone. Phone has become part of our body. Okay. So we constantly think about phone as ourself these days. It's funny that um, today we are more worried about our phones than ourselves. So rather than, more people are worried that, oh, is my phone has enough battery charge in this, then I have it myself battery charge. People will not probably forget to eat themselves, but they'll make sure their phone has enough food. Okay. So that's how we're thinking. So one thing you can do is turn off all notifications on your phone, on social media, or pretty much everything. I almost have everything off on my phone. Here's a good part. When you turn off notifications and somebody likes your post, somebody post a comment, guess what? They will still be there. They're not going anywhere. So rather than jumping every second back and forth, looking at notifications and replying them, take a time. Don't just look at right away. Just look in 2 hours, 1 hour, whenever you're time, whenever you're free. And why? Because that's building a mind that controls, that you can control, and changing the habit of not jumping on it right away. Because if you keep jumping, which most of us already done, that every time notification comes we jump on our phone, we leave everything. We are eating, or notification comes, then you stop eating, look at the phone, what's in the phone, like there's something really important going to miss, like something urgent has to be done right away. Unless your work is something urgent, if you have real time work situation, you are waiting for somebody, somebody sick in the hospital or something urgent going on in life, that's different. But as far as social media goes, people post likes, for comments, they'll always be there. If you look at your social media a month later, they'll always be there, they'll still be there. So turn off your notifications. One other thing we want to do in this show is, guys, when today we are spending about 1 hour just talking about social media. I want you to go home and do some kind of practical and put this in a perspective and see if this had made any changes. And then please come back again next show and let us know how did you do. And next time, that's how we're going to pick a winner. We're going to pick a winner next time for Amazon gift card, that you have learned something from this show, you have implemented some of those practices, and it has impacted you. Give us that feedback. So tip number 1, turn off those notifications. Number 2, this is my list, by the way, this is my list of tips, so I'm just reading from that. I did my homework. Tip number 2 is, do not give access to your geolocation to any app, period. There's no, unless it's a map, unless it's something you really use, because everybody wants access to your location these days, all kind of app. Why does all need my app? I don't need to. So make sure you turn that off. Nobody should know where you live. That doesn't make sense. Now let's talk about friends. I remember, a while ago, that people used to say, oh, look how many friends I have on social media. Oh, look how many more friends I have. Like, it's not a status. Having more friends is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Why? Because having more friends means you have to spend more time looking at everybody's posts, more time replying them, more time commenting them, more time communicating them. That's what it means, right? And if you ask me, there's 2 things are most important in life to me than anything else. Anything more than money, more than wealth, more than anything else, is time and mind, time in my brain. How I spend that, where I spend that, that's very important to me. And having more friends on social media is a bad thing, because they're making you spend more of your time and your brain on social media, and that's not helping you at all. More distraction you see, more confusion you see, more bad things and good things you see on social media impact you. So that's not good. So keep it true, keep it true, keep it real friends. If you are really friends, keep them. If somebody friend from me sending a request from China, which I never know somebody, I don't even know the damn language, I don't care. Why should I be friend with that person? You need to ask yourself. So you should be friend on social media with the people who you know. That's it. Unless your unless your goal is to grow your social media and become a marketing channel, that's a different thing. That's fine. If you are on a LinkedIn and you want to promote something and your goal is to have more followers, that's fine. But if you are on social media for just friendships and networking and all that, you gotta keep it low, keep it real. Um, that's number tip. Number three. Number four. Sometimes I see people create multiple accounts, different accounts. Just be real on social media. That's my number one goal, to tell you that. Whoever you are, have you heard of that integrity, right? Integrity is the people who are who they are. So if you see me in person, you see my social media in person, you see my everything else, what I write in person, if everything is same, that's called integrity. So keep that real. You should be posting anything, you should not post anything you really don't care about, don't like, because you want to show off to people. And that will help you in long run. It may not realize, you may not realize if you're young, it may not realize, you may want to show off like, oh, look how cool I am. But in long run, nobody cares. In real businesses, real world, when you deal with real situations, nobody cares, right? So that's number 4 and 5. Number 4 was that do not have multiple accounts to just try to be fake stuff. Number fifth, my number, fifth tip is do not post unreal stuff. Also, do not post unreal stuff. Like in my example, I said, don't try to confuse people, your friends on the social media. Don't try to post something you're not doing or you're not. Because keep in mind, you may think it may make you happy for a second, but it's going to make you unhappy in long run. Because again, social media effects on social media on our brain is similar to like a drug. It affects the same mind, same area of our brain. So until you are on the drug, people are really happy and they're excited, they're like fun. But once they're off drug, then they get demotivated, they get depressed, and they want more. So keep that in mind. More real you are on social media, more real stuff you put there, better you're off. So don't try to post something which you are not or you're not doing. Just be real. Tip number 6, which we already talked a little bit, follow things and people that matter to you and that's helping you achieve your goal. So if your goal in social media to just be social with friends and family, that's fine. Just be friend with them and reply and look what they're posting. Awesome, great. If your goal on social media is to start your own business, follow the right people. If your goal on social media is to build your own marketing channel, follow the people who are advising on that and they're expert in that and they're authority on that. Period. It's that simple. And over time, you can see from your feed, it's very easy to see who's wasting your time, who's posting nonsense stuff, who you really don't care about. Just unfollow them right away. Everybody who doesn't matter to you, everything doesn't matter to you, just unfollow them. That's going to save you some time. That will give you the time back you need, and you can put that time to some good use. I don't like, you see people like posting every little thing. Oh, I'm driving to this restaurant now. Oh, I am just getting inside the restaurant. Oh, look at my food is coming. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. So stop posting that crap. That's the message. Be real. Um, tip number 8, set time to check social media. Don't be on it 24/7. That's what's most important thing is just say, you know what, every 2 hours when I take breaks, I'm going to check my social media, especially when you're working. Even at home, if you're playing with kids, even playing with your friends, whatever you're doing, just don't even look at it, because as I said earlier, post on social media stuff, the notifications are not going anywhere. Those likes will still be there. Trust me. Nobody's stealing your likes. They'll always be there. um, and then other thing I one tip works for me is that, from time to time in my work day, I just keep my phone away. I just in my room here purposely I don't have a charger because I'm not worried about my phone. If it dies, it dies. Who cares? I can, I'm not going to miss anything because important people in my life, they will call me in my real phone or figure it out. They're not going to send me message on app. Okay. There's Unless something urgent going on, I don't keep my phone with me. I keep my phone in the sometimes other room. When I'm free and going somewhere and that's fine. I have my phone with me. But if I'm outside playing with my kids, my phone is probably in the car. I don't need to be phone because if there's a message there, it will still be there. If there's somebody's calling me phone, they will leave me a message or text message. So think about it. How you are managing your time by looking around and looking at these apps and these phones. That's how you can save some time. And saving time means can lead into productivity. That can lead into the success, what you look for, what you desire in life. And the last tip, number 10, this is most important. A lot of people are on social media because they are bored. They have nothing to do. If they have things to do, they don't like it to, right? So find something which you like to do and keep yourself busy. If you have better things to do, then chances are you will less thinking about social media, that who liked my post, who commented on it. So with that, we will close these tips. Hopefully you learned today in this show. And if you like anything, you disliked anything, welcome to the show. Naveen, you want to jump in?
We are going to take.
Hey, look, we have a guest here.
I think Simon is going to ask a question, and then the good morning.
Morning. How are you?
After that, and the end of
I
the
think
show,
you should.
the
We
winner.
can hear you. We can hear your computer. Oh,
You may have to switch off your other YouTube or tab.
so we have a guest now. Jump in from Finland, Naveen Sharma. I'm sure most of you already know
How
Naveen.
is it okay?
He's a he's a pro in social media, so maybe he'll give some tips. So welcome to the show, Naveen. How are you? And how's life in Finland? All right. While we are waiting on Naveen, looks like Naveen, you back?
He's having good time with the tea.
Nice. All right. We'll wait on Naveen while he comes joins us. Uh, but yeah, let's take some questions. We'll take some questions in the meantime. But hopefully, guys, all my tips I gave, go and try some of those tips. I'm not sure they will all work. I'm not sure they're all going to work for everybody. But if you try them and if any of those tips work for you, just come please and share with us next show, because and that's how not only we will decide the winner for next show, but that also helps me and us to plan for our future shows, right? That helps us. um, so we have a question from Bhaskar. Shall we have different accounts for personal and business purposes, or should we use our personal account to promote? So this is a good question, and again, I'm not expert on marketing side, but I think yes. I think for businesses, people have pages, business pages, and personal. Unless you're not posting personal stuff on your professional page, so you have to think about who's your followers, who's your friends, right? For example, if I on LinkedIn, anything I do is all professional, right? I hardly post any personal stuff. Same thing with my Twitter, it's all business. Once in I don't really use Facebook. I don't know what I do personal, but once in a while I'll post a funny picture or something. But that's about it. So yeah, you have to figure out. You have to think who is the person reading next on your network. If they are business guys and you want to promote, that's great. If they are personal and friends and family, so that's how you have to think. All right, Naveen, can you jump in? All right,
Yeah.
welcome to the show, Naveen. That's awesome surprise. Great. What's going on in Finland? How's everybody there?
Everyone's fine. Corona is on rise. We are in home like everyone else and enjoying working from home.
Awesome, awesome. I'm sure you have heard the news that we have Trump now has coronavirus.
Yeah, you
Our
just told me.
president,
Yeah, just
our
told me. I believe
president,
this is the
yeah.
latest development. So
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna change a lot of things. It's gonna impact. So, tell everybody you are in Finland, how things are going there, and then what you have some tips on social media.
okay, so so this is the one of the, I believe, the positive aspect being on social network, that we are connected as a community. In Finland, although they are very my so far network is very small, like 4 to 5 friends. That's it. Uh, I organized few of the virtual events, so we had some audience, but the physical audience, it's not possible. So I'm building up the network. So it takes a lot to build the network, make new friends in a new place, and that is where the social media pitch in. So if I want to let my thoughts reach to the larger, wider audience, definitely then I'll use social media as a platform to do that. And like you said, ultimately at the end of the day, young generation, they do not, actually understand the power and the ill effects of the social networks. Like you said, we should keep professional and personal life separate, and we all know that you keep it separate. We have very rare incidents where people are aware of this fact. So for example, the LinkedIn photograph, everyone is professional in this audience, right? So their LinkedIn photograph, it should be the one not having McDonald's burger and having a Coke in hand. So it's a professional network.
Right.
So it should look professional. So that's the
Yeah.
very small incident to that. So and on top of it, the Facebook photograph, you can keep it like the image of morphed Trump photo or anything. You can keep it. So it's your sort of personal space.
Yeah, as
But
long as you're not using
yeah,
Facebook for your
correct,
business, right? So you have to look at that. What's your purpose, right? Start with that. What is your goal with social media? If your
correct,
goal is to have your friends and family, and then that's great. Just do your personal stuff there. But if your goal is to promote your business and all that, so it may not make sense, right?
correct. In addition to that, because the topic is growth mindset, and then we, when a person needs growth, when he is aware that he needs to grow, it is equivalent to a person striving and dying out of hunger. So the person who is feeling that is deprived of growth, maybe he didn't get any appraisals, maybe he didn't get appreciated at work, so he joins extra communities, he wants to showcase his achievements. So social media, personal professional space plays a key role, and whenever they get more likes, they feel appreciated, and that is the whole psychology behind these social networks, right? So it's a dopamine, so we get more happiness as soon as the new like or new forward come to us. But uh, back inside in the brain, we should be feeling a true hunger to succeed, to achieve more with the limited resources. And when we start using social network as a resource to us, definitely our whole strategy changes. And that is why the mentor, like um, uh, whatever the audience we have, like we bring in lots of experts in our panel interviews, in our talk shows, and then Mahesh, you yourself coach and mentor time to time within the community groups and through the videos or motivational messages, that everything which uh, is used to the benefit of it, definitely a person can succeed and because he has a sure shot plan. If he does not have a sure shot plan, he can take help of mentors, seniors. These are, again, look at the mentor as a resource available to you. Then some resources comes as a price tag. It's not the normal currency we pay. Price tag means if I am asking for help from someone and he is obliged to give me that, extend that help, I should follow whatever he's saying genuinely. And when I follow that religiously, there obviously there will be results. So there are different domain experts. If I go to some virtual visual basic expert or .NET expert and ask, I need to learn programming, definitely he will give me the way he thinks is the easier for me. And then those teachings, if I follow religiously, definitely I'll reach somewhere where I stand today. I will reach somewhere within a month or so. And that is the power of connections. So if we put this growth mindset to our all available resources, and here the topic is social media, so social network, if we become actually social and thinking the benefits of that network, whatever I'm sharing, the type of content I'm sharing, the type of content I am reading, and the type of knowledge I am receiving, if I start experiencing that, putting that into practice, definitely the growth will happen for sure.
All right, so looks like we're gonna need Naveen for longer time. So next show we're gonna have him as a guest, and maybe he can take over there. Maybe I'll take a break next show. So we'll come up with a topic the same time every Friday, 10 a.m.
Yep.
Eastern. Uh, and then any other questions you guys have? Let's take some more. Any other questions, Reb? Simon, you want to jump in, add next to it?
Yeah, let me go ahead and find questions we did
While
have.
you find, Mahesh, I posted on the chat as well as a comment. Remember one fine morning, we were having a morning tea back in Philadelphia at your home, and we discussed, we were reviewing our Twitter followers, how many of them are genuine, how many of them are, fake followers. So then you made a comment that all the successful people, they don't have time to work on social media, right? They are not Twitter. So there are media agencies who manage the social network for them. So it's a very key learning. If you see, it's a very important message. Uh, First thing, if I am there to learn, definitely I will learn and move ahead. I will not stop, and I'll not brag about it until I get paid for it. So all the successful people who are on the social media, they get paid for it. So they are there for promotions and selling, right?
Yep.
So I think that is a very important message, and everyone should adapt to it, that if you want to be successful, spend lesser time on social network, and try achieving the maximum value out of it, whatever the resources. And resources means people, resources mean technology, resources mean opportunities, learning opportunities, job contracts, consulting opportunities. You take maximum out of it, and uh, that makes our presence on social media more worthy of having a social media presence.
Right. In life, right, to become successful or be happy, you don't need too many friends or too many business networks,
Yeah.
right? Because in reality, we cannot really manage that many, right? Imagine you have 200 friends, you cannot keep up with them because it's everything needs investment, every needs time, everything needs, every relationship, either business or personal, they need investment. They
May I tell you one incident? So
Yeah.
after moving to Finland, like 1 year, back in India, we make friends. We have lots of friends because we grew up there.
Yep.
We did schooling and then different jobs. So we make lots of friends. Now here in Finland, it was because I stayed at your place. I found that you had very limited number of friends, and then you meet up on rotation on every weekend, or after every 2 weekends. So we started having these sort of get-togethers here in Finland. So ideally, as I said, I just have 4 or 5 friends where I can, they visit my place or I visit their places. And everyone has the same verbiage, like they cannot manage more than 5 to 6 family friends. It's unmanageable. Yeah, so there could be business connects, there could be hi hello friends and workplace, maybe in college, universities, there you meet lots of people, but it's an investment for sure. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and our purpose on this show is how to save your time and put in the productive ways, and you can save time by removing
like,
unfriend people who don't really matter to you, and it's okay to unfriend them. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
yeah. So yesterday and last 2 days, I was working with Corey Mosley. He is the entrepreneur, very established mentor and coach in back in US. CoreyMosley.com is his website. So we had a candid chat last night, and he told me, and in one of the videos, he has narrated, it's okay that for entrepreneurs, you have your family members, your friends, as you know, you want to have a close knitted circle within your growth space, that you want to grow this startup. But do you have the capacity to fire them? Is it
Yeah.
equivalent to unfriend them? So for example, if your brother or if your wife, if your daughter, they are working with your startup, with you in your startup, and they do not work as expected, do you have guts to fire them?
Yeah, but a
So
startup is a something. Yes, go ahead.
no, it's equivalent to unfriending,
it's
unfriending
it's
the
it's
friends
it's
on
harder
social
it's
media.
harder than unfriending, right?
Yes.
Unfriending online. See, social media, another problem with social media is, um I could become more bolder on social media because I don't see the person in front of me. So there are cases in the US where I can bully people. Some kids are bullying other kids on social media. They're saying bad things because, so that also impacts others' lives. But in real life, if you want to fire your I don't know, your what's called brother-in-law, I don't think you can do that. It's not in our Indian culture. You're
Yeah.
screwed.
Yeah.
You have to unfriend the whole wife and
Obviously.
the whole
Yes.
in-laws.
So
So
so that he, and I just there's a striking similarity. You met someone, he's at your workplace or in your library, in your college, and then you mark, if he can become in my growth network, he can play any part in this growth network, then definitely I will start investing time. If he cannot, then obviously I am not saying harsh word to anyone, I'm not doing anything, any demeanor to them, but it's like picking up the right people for my growth strategy. So everyone should have this career blueprint or success blueprint in front of them, so that they can design this ecosystem for their own growth. And social network, coming back to it, plays a very important role. Whom you pick to be in your social network, to inspire you, to give you guidance on whatever you are doing. So there is a guy. So he used to create YouTube videos, and he started sending me links. And I said, okay, you are using your actually language, and pronunciation is not good, you have grammatical mistakes. So he, while having a chat, he took it very positively. He said, okay, thank you brother, buddy, thank you for advice. But he created a new video and literally abused me, without naming me, abuse me, that it is my life. I am here in the business. I motivate people, whatsoever it is. I don't care what you think about me. So now there are two. So any advice should not be given free of charge. so so the cost is that you should be committed, the other party should be committed, and same goes to social network. If Mahesh, you will post something or I post something, maybe any technology, you think that it has a value, definitely you like it, you will share it, you will comment on it. But if I post something on politics or something, it can be a good taste, it can be a bad taste, but it is up to your liking whether you like it or not. And then the content itself cannot be part of my growth network. So political content cannot be part of my growth network if you are technology entrepreneur, technology technocrats or whatever. So this is a very starking difference in between two things, and I believe everyone should be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely need to separate personal and professional, because personal beliefs are sometimes could be different than others, and people are not going to like it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we can continue talking this all day. So we're gonna, people are now should be done. What we're gonna do is close this episode, and what we will do is, um, in our next show, we're gonna have Naveen as a guest. He's gonna be prime guest, um, and
Yeah.
then he'll come up with a topic, and we will announce that soon. Again, 10 a.m. So hopefully, before I close this, hopefully, I was able to help some people thinking about how they should think, they should strategize social media use, and how they can put in better use and save some time.
Correct. And I'm planning to launch a series like video this on careers and motivation. So that depends on how you can plan your career better. So I'll definitely work with Stephen and to release that.
What
Uh,
day? Yeah, you're gonna have what day? Let's work on that, and we can announce it. It should we
yeah,
can
yeah.
have a
So
different day where it could be
yeah,
more
so
people can
Saturday
join
suits
that.
for me. So I definitely I'll go with Saturday. So,
That'll be great.
yeah.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining
Thank you,
us.
everyone.
And we'll see you again next week, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
All right,
and
we need to announce a winner
Go
before we
ahead.
go, right? We
Go
need
okay.
to
ahead.
announce a winner. We did ask that in the previous show. Ashish did mention about a book that said how to get more done in less time, and we have people answering it in the comments. Okay, let me find it. We have many comments today. All right,
Eat
let me
that
go.
frog.
Yeah, the answer is actually eat that frog, but I think Chaman got almost close. He said eat that food. I mean, I think this is something relatable, right? Don't eat
Yeah.
that frog,
So
eat that
frog is
food.
not an eatable item. So obviously eat that food. So
Yeah, so we have Munish answering it. We had Naveen Kumar. We have Mansi. But the one who I think who should win is Jitender, who has actually mentioned the author also, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. So congratulations, Jitender. You win a C Sharp Corner swag t-shirt and stickers. Just ping at C Sharp Corner on Twitter and we will reach you out and send you your goodies.
All right, guys. Thank you all. See you next
so,
week.
so
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
gate crashed actually this session today, right?
Yes, you did. Yeah, this wasn't planned at all.
All right.
Okay.
But that's how it is. We are here very open. We are, there's no format. Again, you guys, if you are guys, any of you wants to be part of the show, we'll figure out to get you on the
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be great. All right.
All right.
I'll just wrap it.
Thank you
Thank you.
all.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Stay safe.